Is there anything that you think Trump has done right?
Yeah, I mean, I think cracking down on fentanyl, making sure our borders are stronger. Look, nobody thinks illegal immigration is appropriate.
Would you like to see her join you in the Senate?
Right now, we have, as I said, just a whole lot of people in the Congress. Okay, Jonathan, thanks.
Wait, I got one more. This is important.
No, I asked you.
Okay.
You know, you want to do nonsense, do nonsense.
No.
I don't want to talk about inside the Beltway stuff. I got 32,000 people.
I was just asking you about AOC because she was out there with you.
No, fine, but I don't want to talk about this. What was the last question?
I was just going to ask you one more question about you. I mean, that's all. I was literally your last.
Democrats, they don't know what to do now except to go into the same sort of full protest mode they were in 2020. They've got their Tesla insurrection. But I was disturbed by this clip of Chuck Schumer, which went to air a couple hours ago.
We are mobilizing in New York. We have people going to the Republican districts and going after these Republicans who are voting for this and forcing them to either change their vote or face the consequences. This is a long, relentless fight that we fight every day. And I am confident that we will bring Trump's popularity, numbers, and strength down if we keep at it and keep at it and keep at it.
Batya, to paraphrase the man from Casablanca, there are some parts of Staten Island I would advise you not to invade. That sounds almost threatening there.
What's so appalling about this is a United States senator. You would think he would think his job is to represent the American people, but no, He thinks his job is just to throw egg on the president. It's just so wild. They have absolutely nothing to offer the American people. And I want to make sure your viewers understand, James, why this is so offensive. It is offensive because Donald Trump's agenda is unbelievably popular with the American people. And so what the Democrats are effectively doing is, in order to get on TV and in order to act like they're actually doing their jobs when they're not, they are opposing their own voters' wishes, because this is just reality TV for them. It's all about the Twitter likes. They actually don't want to be in power. They just want the attention of being in the opposition. And honestly, it serves them right if they can't get back into power for a few years, if that's how they're going to look at things.
Well, I mean, power is hard. Power means governing. Power means having to get results. And that's all hard, and that's icky, Batya. But I want to move on to the question, too, of judges, who I think are also doing some of this grandstanding. Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt has absolutely blasted some of these judges around the country, accusing them of usurping executive power, which is set out in Article 2 of the Constitution. Have a listen to what she had to say.
The judges in this country are acting erroneously. We have judges who are acting as partisan activists from the bench. They are trying to dictate policy from the President of the United States. They are trying to clearly slow walk this administration's agenda, and it's unacceptable.
Now, I am all in favor of separation of powers. I think the judiciary performs a very important role here, but it seems to me that what they've done is elevated themselves from being a check on power to becoming almost the power itself.
It's a great question, and I love the way that you phrase that, James, because of course the separation of powers is extremely, extremely important. It was very important to the Founding Fathers. It's sort of the basis of our democracy. I can acknowledge that. What I want is for Democrats to acknowledge that these judges are overstepping their place. They are invoking things that are supposed to be very rarely invoked against executive actions that are completely legal. And so, yes, okay, fine. You don't want to impeach judges? Okay. I would say to the Democrats, what is your response to what is obviously judicial activism, obviously judicial overreach? I'm willing to say to you, fine, let's protect the separation of branches. What are you willing to admit? And they just won't admit that there is anything to see here because the judges are doing their bidding. And it's really sad to see.
Absolutely right, Batya. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me, as always, on the U.S. Report.
Thanks, James.